We've got the video. We've got the tapes, thanks to the great work of the Democrats in the House Oversight Committee. Donald Trump is panicking as Democrats in the House Oversight Committee have got their hands on new photos inside Jeffrey Epstein's home on the despicable island, and they've got videos of it as well. I mean, these videos and photos are absolutely creepy as it kind of tore the area. It has like dental chairs, bizarre statues. And the outside area is just a sight to behold in these videos. Meanwhile, you have Democratic lawmakers reaching out to Attorney General Pam Bondi. They just sent a letter and said, all right, December 19th, that's when the files are going to be released, right? Right? Tell us what you're going to do, because we don't want to have December 19th come around and then you raise all of these objections and you claim that, oh, it's not lawful to turn this over and that over. And by the way, Trump could have turned these over without the law being passed. Let's be very clear about that. And separately, there is a House oversight subpoena that's been out and pending for a very long time. I think you see the formation of the plan right now from these MAGA Republicans based on what Kash Patel said yesterday. Let's just play that quickly.
Anything given his past. Mr. Director, our viewers also are just, they're chomping at the bit on why it took the Epstein files so long to be released. Any regrets there? Was that an unforced error? Just should we have gotten them out earlier? Just get them all out there? Just thought I'd give you a chance to react to that.
Yeah, look, this FBI has produced 40,000 pages of documents to Congress. To put that in comparison, Wray put out 13,000 in 7 years, and Comey put out 3,000. We're committed to transparency. We're putting out as much as we can that is lawful and that is not prohibited by court orders. And those are the things the DOJ is fighting still with judges in court to make sure we can reveal everything without breaking the law. And that's what we're committed to doing. We're doing it as fast as we can, and we're going to keep doing it.
Let's bring in Democratic Congressmember Robert Garcia, the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. And since Congressmember Garcia has been in charge, as the ranking member of the Democrats on the House Oversight Committee, that's where we've gotten all of these emails from the Epstein estate, the videos. I know you've also subpoenaed financial records that you now have. You're going through from JP Morgan Chase and Deutsche Bank. It's obvious what they're doing, right? I mean, like, we're not stupid. I mean, isn't it pretty clear where Trump and the DOJ are going to go, or do you think they're actually going to produce these records?
Well, there's no question that, of course, Donald Trump is leading a cover-up on the Epstein files, and Pam Bondi and the DOJ are taking orders directly from the president. That's our belief. It certainly appears that way, and they have been so committed to not releasing these files after campaigning on them, and now to have all this back and forth and the president fighting the legislation that was on the floor, not responding to our oversight subpoena. So it's pretty clear they don't want the documents released, no matter what Kash Patel or anybody else says. And so we expect them to continue to try to slow or stop our investigation. But we're, of course, focused not just on getting these documents from the DOJ, but we're going anywhere the information exists. So if that is the Epstein estate, which of course helped us release those documents and those emails from a couple of weeks ago, whether it's getting the birthday book that we got, whether it's these new videos and documents, some of these pictures and videos that we received, of course, are new. They've never been seen before. Others have been already released to the public. Financial records that we hope to put out in the next, hopefully, weeks ahead, whatever we're able to produce. This is the work of our committee to get justice for the survivors. And we're going to continue to push forward. And anything that we release, we're going to put out to the public.
Yeah, I mean, I think you putting out the photos today, I think it's important that people can visually see how creepy this island was where the child sex trafficking ring. I think visuals are important to see, like, these were the areas where children were raped. And this was where Epstein would bring these wealthy men as part of the sex trafficking ring that's being covered up. I also thought that you releasing it today is kind of a statement also to your colleagues and others. Like, we're not stopping. Like, look what we've got, and we're on the island now. We have eyes on what's happening, and you better be transparent because we're going to get this one way or another. So that was kind of my reading of it as well. But you were the one from the House Dems who released it. What was the strategy?
I think that's exactly right. When we receive something, we're going to put it out. That picture that which I think is the most disturbing one, the dentist chair with the masks, we don't think that photo has ever been seen before. That image of that bizarre room And so when we receive something like that is clearly a place and a space where so many children and women were abused, we need to put that out to the public, even if it's hard to see. And it certainly is disturbing and creepy to see these images. We obviously put out some images today. We're putting out more images and videos as we go through those, and those will be coming out in the days ahead. And what's important at this moment is that the president has the power to release all of the files now and just refuses to do so. And so I think you're right. They're going to continue this cover up. They're going to use some sham investigation to try to get around it. But we will continue fighting to ensure that we release these files and get justice for all the survivors.
I'll tell the editor, just pull the photo up of that dental chair one more time, because I want people to really look at like these masks in there. And, I think that one can reasonably infer that this was a room that was not simply used for dental hygienic work. And when you see the masks there, the scene of horror that victims must have gone through to be put in a chair like that, if that's how that room was used, it's the stuff of nightmares, and it's the stuff that Republicans continue to cover up. I mean, did you ever think that your colleagues on the other side would frankly spend their time not legislating? They were talking about shower heads today or whatever the hell they were talking about, but actually focus their priorities on covering up a child sex trafficking ring.
It's been hard to see Republicans essentially being dragged to support disclosure and supporting the survivors. I mean, you saw the effort in Congress. We only had not even a handful of Republicans initially sign that discharge petition, and it was only until that actual vote came forward that you had all other Republicans break with the president and then begin this wave of support to get those files released. On the Oversight Committee, there has been some areas where Republicans have joined us, but mostly it's been us pushing, it's been us demanding, it's been us forcing votes to get information. This could end today if Donald Trump just released the files, and yet they're refusing to do so. And I think we're going to continue every single day reminding the White House that we are going to get to the bottom of what happened, and all the powerful men that abuse these women and children are going to be held accountable.
It just seems everything that these Republicans in the House, Senate, White House are doing is a cover up. There's always, I mean, if you just even look at an example like Jack Smith, and I know this isn't, your committee per se, but like Jack Smith, someone is like, yeah, like I want to testify in public. And the Republicans are like, nope, we just want to talk about you on Fox. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that in public. And just, it seems that everything they do, it's like behind closed doors, and they hide. And it's just like, just let the American people see it. No matter who's on this list, who's in it, just let people see it. I guess on that note too, tell us what else you're focused on the House Oversight Committee, because obviously you've put a lot of focus here, but there's so many other areas that I know you've been focused on, because there's literally billions of dollars and hundreds of billions of dollars, potentially trillions, that seem to be part of a broader scam that this Trump regime is doing.
Absolutely. I mean, look, obviously the Epstein investigation is incredibly important. I think, we're right now, there's millions and millions of girls and women that are looking at what we're doing and asking themselves, is the government going to cover up abuse of women in our country? And I think that's why that investigation is critical. But broadly speaking, there's so much work ahead of us. I mean, the corruption was happening in DHS and ICE, for example, the loss of due process, not just for people that are here, that are non-citizens, that are working hard, that have no criminal records in most cases, but also for U.S. citizens. We have over 170 U.S. citizens that we know of that have been detained, that were somehow brought in by ICE into a detention center with no due process in many cases. That is horrific and should not be happening to U.S. citizens because we're maybe brown or Hispanic. And so the investigations around ICE are really important. We're doing hearings and gaining information and doing interviews. We're also right now looking at HHS and the destruction of our vaccine program in this country by Bobby Kennedy, which has been, I think, clear that he is out to radically change our health systems, and we should not stand for that. And of course, broader corruption in the Trump administration. These real estate deals that are happening in other parts of the world with his family, the work of Donald Trump in enriching himself through this kind of meme coin foreign investment tool that he has somehow created with no transparency. Just the blatant abuse of power as it relates to the demolition of the East Wing, the Qatar plane. There's endless amounts of investigations that are happening right now, and we're working really hard to get through them all because we want to be ready when we have the evidence and we have these investigations in place, that we give it to the public and that we work to get accountability for these not just actions, but honestly, they are attacks on our Constitution.
Well, Congressman Garcia, the American people appreciate the work that you're doing. And really, since you've become the ranking member, I mean, you can see cause and effect in all these documents going out. And so obviously there's a reason that James Comer keeps on lobbing ad hominem attacks your way, because they're scared. So we appreciate everything you're doing.
Thanks so much.
Everybody hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.